Scorpio, my moon babies, I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is what you don't see coming for the week of June 7th, 2026. This is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, please take what fits and leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for someone else to hear. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, now let's begin. Tapping into the Scorpio collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Scorpio not see coming for the week of June 7th, 2026? What do they not see coming this week? Let's get one more shuffle here for you. Thank you. What do you not see coming this week? Hustling. And at the bottom of the deck, we have bankrupt. Okay. Tell me why hustling is something that Scorpio does not see coming this week. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. In your energy for the week ahead, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Five of Swords, and we have the Ten of Swords. The situation, environment, or connection that you're dealing with, we have the Page of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Magician. All right, let's begin to clarify this for you. Get some cards on the table. Clarify the Ace of Cups here, please, for Scorpio this week. Clarify the Ace of Cups here for Scorpio. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Ace of Cups is clarified by the High Priestess, the World card, and the Fool. Wow. Was it your reading last week that we had the same thing, the Fool and the World card come out back to back? I'm not sure if it was yours. All the decks were cleansed, though. Very interesting. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. Tell me why the Seven of Pentacles is here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Seven of Pentacles is clarified by Six of Swords, the Chariot, and the Ace of Wands. Five of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Five of Swords is clarified by Eight of Cups, the Emperor, and Temperance, and the Ten of Swords. Why is this here this week? One more shuffle. Thank you. Ten of Swords is clarified by Knight of Cups, Seven of Swords, and Justice. Bottom of the deck, we have Nine of Swords. Yeeks. All right, let me see what this person is up to. This situation, environment, or connection that you're dealing with. Clarify that Page of Swords, please. Wheel of Fortune and the Magician. There's communication here coming in. Magician is Mercury. Mercury rules communication. Page of Swords, communication as well. So tell me more about this here for Scorpio. One more shuffle. Thank you. This is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Five of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have Ten of Wands. Okay. In your energy, you've had some kind of chapter here close out with a situation, environment, or connection. It's going to be different for all of you. There's something new here that you're working on. There's something new here this week that you're passionate about, something that is creative. This is something you've been wanting to do for quite some time. So the Ace of Cups is the new. Okay. The new is occurring here on the heels of something, or I shouldn't say of something, on the heels of a chapter that has closed out. This is something that, like I said, that you've been wanting to do for quite some time. We have a, this is over or done with, or there's nothing much I can do here, or I've learned everything that I've had to learn from this. Now I'm pivoting, right? We're clarifying the hustling card. And now I'm going to begin to work on this. The new relationship, the new job, the new project, the new plan. Again, different for all of you. Something that you've been wanting to do for a while. Six of Swords, the Chariot, and the Ace of Wands. And this week you're like, this is the moment, for me anyway. I'm speaking like you. This is my moment. Like this week is when I need to begin this. I need to get this off the ground, or I need to revisit this. We have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is clarified by the Eight of Cups, the Emperor, and the Temperance card. Just be careful with doing this, because whatever created that World card, like that ending of the chapter or the situation, the environment, the connection, whatever occurred there, I don't really feel like you're focused on healing. You should be focused on healing it this week, but you seem to be, I don't know if you're actively looking for a distraction. So I don't know if it's like consciously or subconsciously being done, but instead of like directing attention towards that Five of Swords and the Eight of Cups, something here that left you mentally, maybe even like emotionally disappointed, or I heard disgusted, okay, maybe disgusted, disappointed, something like that. Instead of focusing on this, you're like, I'm going to redirect my attention to this. Then we have the Ten of Swords. Here's that ending. You have the Knight of Cups, you have the Seven of Swords, and Justice. Again, I feel like you're moving towards something new, some type of project plan. It could be a relationship, a new job. What you're not reconciling is whatever took place here. It's almost like, I hate to say you're sabotaging your healing, but kind of sabotaging your healing this week, because instead of focusing on that, you're pivoting in another direction. I have it as suspicion. I don't know. I'm going to draw some more cards. With this Five of Cups, this feels to me like this is the person who caused that Ten of Swords, whether it's the ending or some type of like act of betrayal that you experience. Someone here wants to reach out to you, and I do believe that most of you are receiving communication from this person this week. This seems to be here like an expression of like an apology here. There's like sorrow, remorse, guilt. This appears here to be like an apology. I'm sorry for wounding you. Sorry for saying that. Sorry for treating you this way. Sorry for neglecting you. And it doesn't have to be so outrageously dramatic. I know sometimes tarot has a tendency to do that. You could have had a tiff with your neighbor on Friday, and this week they're like, hey, remember last week we were arguing about whatever, or we disagreed on something. I thought about it over the weekend. I feel really bad. I'm offering you this apology. So again, I don't know who this person is. Whatever they did or whatever they said, you saw it as an act of betrayal. You saw it as an ending to this chapter, or I don't even want to focus on this anymore. I'm very wounded by what transpired. I'm redirecting my energy elsewhere. And this week, this person is like, see, we've got the Bankrupt card, and right behind that we have Obsessive, and then we have the Thief card, which is the Seven of Swords. So someone here is obsessed, for lack of a better word, in wanting to apologize to you about something that they did or said that like bankrupted their connection with you. Anything else we need to know about this person this week or what they're saying, and then we'll get you some advice. And whether you want to hear from this person or not, I think your main message here this week is like, I think you need to focus on healing this. I'm not saying you have to do it 24 hours a day, and it's great to see that you're hustling and you're excited about something new, but I still feel like this is maybe some unresolved trauma or some unresolved wounding that should be looked at. 3 additional cards here for this person, what they're doing, what they're saying, what they're conveying this week. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Sun card. It is the most healing card in the deck. We have the Sun card, the Page of Cups, and the Strength card. Bottom of deck, 4 cups. I have the energy here of someone who, again, feels bad about some type of disagreement, ending, exchange of cutting words. It could be manipulation, 7 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 5 of Swords, not my favorite combination in tarot. This person feels like whatever they did, it disrupted or destroyed, or maybe like contributed to a harsh exchange between you and them, possibly even a full ending. So there is an apology here that you are receiving this week. Again, however great or small that is, it's going to be different for all of you. It's also dependent on what was that 10 of Swords. You know, 10 of Swords is sliding scale for me. Did you have an exchange of negative words? 5 swords on your side, 5 swords on their side. You know, did this person lie to you? You caught them in a lie by omission. Was it outright betrayal? You know, did someone like cheat on you? So I don't know what this is. So I feel like the apology will be in some respect like almost equal to what that 10 of Swords is. That's the feeling that I get here. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. I'm going to get you 2 different sets. Actually, let's get you 3 different sets of advice. 3 different sets of advice. I really want to focus on the healing first. So can we get 3 cards of healing advice here for Scorpio, how they can heal the 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 10 of Swords that they're experiencing here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Your healing advice on this. We have Knight of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. See that Ace of Wands? There's something here about like going slow, moving towards the Ace of Wands, because Knight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. Virgo is about not only just taking your time as an earth sign, but it also is a very healing energy as well. So there's something here about like you can move towards a new beginning, but just do it slowly and cautiously, and don't forget to like focus on your healing. Like this is very important that you do this. 3 cards of advice when it comes to working on this new And again, this could be like you're starting a new job this week, and this is a job that screwed you over. And you might be receiving some type of an apology from them or something like that. But I still feel like whatever they did here, you still need to reconcile it within yourself or give yourself closure or focus on the healing. So for Scorpio, working on this new, we'll call it endeavor, in the Ace of Wands, advice for them. One more shuffle. Thank you. Clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Six of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Six of Pentacles. It is a good use of your time in that Six of Pentacles card. But again, there's something here about, I know that you're very happy to work on this, but again, don't allow it to be a distraction from your healing, because you are either disappointed in a soulmate connection here in your life. I just saw the Nine of Cups go in the reverse. Don't allow that Nine of Cups to be a distraction for you, because there's something here in that Eight of Cups. You're either very disappointed in this individual, or you actually have like walked away or distanced yourself from this person. So it's like, I know that you're all happy to work on this, but don't let it be a distraction for this. This still needs to be processed here for the Scorpio collective. And 3 cards now of advice for this individual. How can Scorpio deal with this individual who's communicating an apology to them this week? One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice, lots of cards there. We have Ace of Swords, the Magician. I told you you're receiving communication. 10 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Swords. That needs to be addressed. In the communication, when you receive from this person, your advice here is, if you do want to restore happiness with this person, this needs to be addressed. Ace of Pentacles. Yep, that's the key. And that's what this person's offering you. Magician, Ace of Pentacles. I do think it's a sincere apology. And apologies are great, but this needs to be discussed. So I don't know what you saw here as betrayal or deception or someone trying to get away with something. But whatever transpired here, even if it was only like cutting words, because again, this person is holding 5 swords, and then we have 3 swords of that broken heart there in the background. So even if it was just like words that they said or some type of argument, it still needs to be discussed because it wounded you. So whether it was something they physically did or something that they, verbally said to you, or again, some type of act of betrayal needs to be discussed in order for peace and harmony to be restored in this connection. That is what I have for you, Scorpio, for the week ahead. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that. And don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.